approach here. Now GT is obviously on the boost side. There's a little bit more liberty to target ban enemy champions and pick up potentially really strong pick. And that strong pick on first rotation boost side dictates kind of the nature of your composition. You don't always go into a game saying like we're going to play this comp because you don't know what your first building block is going to be.
Absolutely. Have to be ready to adapt to whatever the enemy is going to ban out or prioritize. Vladimir, standard these days, taken off the table. Cabo getting a lot of attention on the side of G2. Irelia and Olaf taken off the board. Wondering what their third ban is going to be. I won't talk about Swain this time.
Nope. No more Swain.
No more Swain. Not excited about it.
I wonder if he decides going to get rid of the Azir. It might just be Vitality up. There he goes. Just two mid-lane picks that have proven to be very strong and stable. And the Ryze didn't have that big of an impact in the early game. So likely will go through. In terms of top tier picks, we're looking at Nidalee here. That is still strong. We're looking at the likes of Caitlyn. That are still worth picking up. Karma has pretty high value for G2 Esports as a team. Mithy has been picking a champion a lot recently.
And despite that one over-aggressive move, we saw him dominate other games in the past on this Karma pick. Knows how to use that snare to maximum effectiveness. And I feel like gets so much more out of the champion than we see from other supports.
Yeah.
But Viktor now taken off the board as well. Nidalee to follow. Not wanting to risk giving that one over to Trick. But Caitlyn, something we saw banned last time, is now open. Doesn't look like it's going to be the priority, however.
Yeah, I didn't really agree with the Trundle hover immediately because there's always a Gnar counter pick from Cabochard. So why not just lock in something else and put some pressure in that top lane matchup at least, because that's the one that's most easily broken, I feel.
Interesting. Ryze picked up now, has the potential to be that flex.
I want to see the Nukeduck Zilean here. I like Zilean comps, I like Nukeduck on Zilean, so hopefully he picks it up.
Be interesting, of course. Decent opportunity to counterpick for your solo lanes. Have to respect the Ryze flex pick, but still a lot of power left on the board. Do you think maybe they go for the Caitlyn here, just as a priority AD carry?
I mean, if you go Caitlyn Karma here, I think you hit G2 at least a decent bit. You take away one of their combo champs from last game, you take away a strong AD carry, it could be a good opener. But also just lock in the likes of Gragas, you know, a strong early game jungler with CC, E-Flash. If Mightybear chooses so, going for the Elise is kind of a bit of a filler pick, but I guess you can.
Interesting here is Cabo has locked in the Trundle as well as the Elise for Mightybear. So not a jungler we're always excited about, one that kind of fits just well across the board into the meta, nothing too crazy. But you mentioned the Gnar matchup being a huge issue for Trundle. Do you think it's something we're going to see for Expect here? Yeah,
that's actually a good question. Like, is Expect actually going to pull it out? And if he can he play it well enough? Because there are breaking points in that matchup. 1-5, Trundle plus jungle can still beat that Gnar matchup. So that's something you have to be careful of. I hope Trick goes for the Gragas over the Kindred. I just like seeing Gragas. I like having Engage, E-Flash forward. Much easier for gameplay.
And of course, Trick, a very storied Gragas player. We've seen him solo win games for G2 on the back of amazing casks. But G2 know that they're under no pressure to pick up a jungler here and are just immediately opting to hover over this bot lane. I think they're going to lock it in too as we see the Caitlyn confirmed. And Mithy, we know he loves this Karma. I can't imagine much else makes sense here.
Yeah, this is a rotation that Vitality easily could have done themselves on purple side, and I like that G2 just, you know what? You guys don't take it? You don't want it? I'll take it. Super strong core, works well in 1-3-1, works well in 4-1, so very versatile in that regard. It's likely going to be another 1-3-1 double TP comp here from G2 though, because it's almost impossible to play anything else with a Ryze.
Yeah, of course. G2 taking... It's going to make it interesting if Vitality offers something similar here. 1-3-1 versus 1-3-1. Is that something we ever really see?
I mean, sometimes. There's just few mid laners left that actually carry teleport, really. Like a Zilean can probably carry it, and that might happen.
But then he's not really a split pusher.
Well, split push doesn't really exist anymore in a sense of where people actually just split push for towers. The only champ that maybe does that right now is a Gnar. Maybe a Trundle. Like, split push is all about just getting the lane priority, the winning matchup, and then joining your team somewhere, you know? Forcing them to defend, they catch, you make a move. That's generally what you want to do in any aspect of the game here. So split push is no longer about these long-winded duels. These guys barely even fight each other. It's just who's catching the wave, who's pushing it, who has the first move to start playing the rest of the map.
Of course, now locking with the Braum and the Ashe as well. So I like this from Vitality. I feel like it gives them a little bit more of a go button in this game to force fights, to make proactive moves.
It does, but it does set up for a very easy win, in my opinion, for G2 if they go Gnar and lane swap. Although Ashe Braum can go even, but it's tricky. I've seen this lane go even CS against Karma Caitlyn, but then you need to play incredibly well. Likely you're just going to get poked out one mistake and you're just poked into your tower the rest of your day until somebody comes and saves you. So if G2 actually kind of even lane swap on them as well, keep the Trundle down, then have the Gnar matchup ramp up past level 5, and they can start beating it.
Interesting here. G2 taking their time on this final rotation will lock in the Rek'Sai for Trick in the jungle, along with the Shen. This is a lot of global pressure coming in on the side of G2.
Interesting. So I've talked to some top laners, and they keep telling me that Shen wins a lot of the melee matchups pretty hard, pretty rough. So maybe the Shen is actually a really good counterpick to the Trundle matchup. It's been ages since I've seen the matchup played. It's obviously changed a lot with the iterations made to Shen. Now actually, screw the lane swap. I want standard lanes. I just want to see how Shen lanes into Trundle, and if Trundle could actually do any damage against this champion.
Yeah, something that we're really not as used to seeing is the Shen overall. Still a relatively new pick in the meta, and obviously since the rework, not quite as much familiar territory as we once knew. Vitality really taking their time on their last rotation as well, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I love standard lanes. I think they're set up for more action. I think it gives more opportunities for individual outplays, but do you really think that's a good option for Vitality here?
I mean, I think Ashe and Braum will have a slightly unlucky time, and kaSing can finally hover Zilean
and lock it. Well, you wanted to see the Nukeduck or Zilean, and now we're getting it.
Yeah, heavily targeting this champion pool. Nukeduck, it was a likely option for him to go for this champion. They also bring engagement in the bottom lane, so again, 4-1 for Vitality. More likely, Zilean can at least go to side lanes because he can path over. But again, good siege here. Double bomb zone into arrow. They can catch people off.
Very much so. Got Braum all for disengage if they need it. Elise, Cocoon, if an opportunity ever presents itself. But on the opposite side, it feels like G2.
Yeah.
So much split pressure. If this Caitlyn ever gets ahead, you're never killing her either. Not
even the Caitlyn, just the amount of engage here. Random Rek'Sai tunnel over, random TP on Shen, flash taunt, random Ryze from the flank. So if Vitality ever commit to a siege, they're going to have to be very, very careful here for potential counter engages from G2 Esports.
Absolutely. And once again, it feels like if we see the same Vitality that we saw last game, G2 are just going to do the same thing again. They're going to look for those flanks, they're going to find those flanks, and they're going to win the game. But if Vitality can show up, if they can play to this new comp that they've built, I think it could be a very different story overall.
Yeah, I just hope that Vitality do something proactive and make some plays, even if they fail.
Yeah, interesting to see, of course. At LO Esports, you've done it before. VIT win, G2 win. Depending on how you feel after that last game, maybe you have faith in Vitality. Believe in this lineup. You saw them last season. You want to see the same team again. Or you're keeping it with the top team in EU right now, G2.
Hey. Or just tweet hashtag AC win because it's really warm in the studios right now, and I could definitely do with some.
Fischio said the same thing. Of course, getting geared up for game 2. G2 hoping to be the third team to go 2-0 this week.
And apparently it's bad protocol to just take a cup of water and pour it over your head on broadcast.
Yeah, that's how I feel. There is a pool near our studio.
Yeah, that's where all the teams do their strategical sessions, apparently.
Yeah, we get shots of them talking about the game. And every time I get up broadcast, I'm like, how much are these clothes actually worth? Can we just jump into the pool?
We can. You now have permission.
Oh. I didn't know you were in charge of making that decision.
Yeah, I'm actually executive budget manager here at Riot Games.
And we'll get you more clothes. All right. Mithy throwing out some poke. Of course, no guarantee we're going to have two or standard lanes here, but I'm hoping that both teams opt for this.
I think this Ashe Braum lane likely wants to dodge. It's kind of unrelenting poke. And Mithy also brought the Ignite to the table. It's only going to make it worse. So no respect for the late game Trundle or the Zilean with the exhaust.
Oh, wait a second. I think Vitalities are gods of the mind game. I think they knew once they were spotted that G2 were going to swap again. This is exactly what we saw last game. G2 are out mind gaming themselves.
Yeah. Are they though? Maybe there's like another 2 layers to this mind game and we actually don't know who's stupid and who's smart. This is what you have to ask the players. But right now, let's just assume that Vitality...
I thought you were going to say I have like a question. This is where you ask the players.
Yeah, because they can hear me clearly.
No.
Ask the audience. It's like...
audience, what do you think?
Did Vitality out mind game G2 Esports here? And then call the audience and lock it in. That's your final answer.
Get your support. Phone a friend.
Phone a friend. What's the third option? Make an answer disappear?
I don't even remember. Is that the third option?
I think it is, actually. Remove one of the answers.
I always remember Cash Cab was my favorite one because it's like, ask a stranger on the street. And that was like always such a gamble. every episode. It'd be like
Never existed in our iteration of this the show. What was it? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
No, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was the core one. There's another game show called Cash Cab where they just like were in a cab playing the game show, and they'd be like, yeah, you can ask a stranger on the street. So you always have this like lady like, what does this mean?
That's American television. No, I'm out.
I'm sorry, I'll keep it to hip hop
and British TV.
and British TV.
We can go to the weakest link eventually, but let's hold that one in case it's another long lane swap.
Of course, both teams taking the first step as expected. Gonna have to see where this goes. Maybe both teams want 3 turrets again in the early game, or 4, or 5.
Maybe these guys just really like killing structures. Maybe like they're the reverse Bob the Builder, you know?
Yeah.
Can we deconstruct it? Yes, we can.
Although to be fair, they're not really deconstructing it. I don't feel like they're taking it apart. They're kind of just
I mean,
rolling it
inefficient deconstruction is still deconstruction. Also, apparently, like, deconstruction is now a culinary term.
Really?
Yeah, you can have deconstructed something, like a deconstructed pancake, so you just get the ingredients. Like, who wants that? I want my pancake.
What?
It actually exists.
I know, I believe you.
How do you not notice? You're like the ultimate hipster. You're
I'm not
supposed
with
to notice.
food. No, I'm from Portland. All I know is beer and coffee. You gotta give me a break here. We don't actually eat in Portland. That's our secret.
Just liquid diet.
Like liquid diet, beer, coffee. Perkz getting a blue buff apparently. Interesting adaptation here.
Yeah, it's a blue buff diet. It actually is an interesting adaptation, so we actually finally have something to talk about. With these lane swaps, obviously Rek'Sai never needs a blue buff, kind of hand it off early to Perkz. And then he can start pressuring this matchup a little more. But we need to see if these teams keep swapping the map around here. They seem very equal in tempo. Just a slightly quicker on the side of G2. They're back in the bottom lane right now. Mithy. Yeah, Mightybear. Mightybear finishing the last remains of his jungle on his weak side before he's going to path over again to where more of the dots are. If you have issues finding your weak and strong side, just count the enemy dots on one side and your dots on the other and see what's larger. Also account for people that may be ganking. It's like, I don't see anybody. The world is my strong side.
What is the, oh god, it was like 3 years ago, there's a video like the Garen Bush theory. Like,
oh yeah, if you don't
so on the map, they're in the bush. Like always in the bush. Just assume that you are never safe.
Play against Fnatic, they're in the bush.
I feel like it's such a universal European strategy now that we have a lot of death bushes. A lot of teams would like to set up, wait for those baits. Oh, maybe with the stun. A lot of trading here going on, but once again, just moving through the lane swap. We've seen it once before. We'll watch it again. Perkz and Nukeduck, the only aggressive lanes.
Yeah, Nukeduck still has his teleport available, so he can just take bad trades and just focus on the CS. As long as he doesn't lose any damage on his tower.
Well, second tower's set to fall. Next Drake is Ocean. So this actually could shift the game pretty dramatically, given that people were very content to ignore the dragon for 110 dragon years last year.
It's this puppy here. Irelia makes it to 55. Technically, we didn't count in the spawn time.
Oh, that's true. I don't want to do that math. He's like 30.
He's in his 30s right now. Yeah. Midlife crisis.
No, he's young.
Midlife crisis. Oh, he's back.
Why would you do this?
He's too young to die. Yeah, Zven takes him home. On his birthday, he gets gifted the Ocean Drake head.
Murder is a gift, Prepo?
In League of Legends, murder is a gift.
I don't know how I feel, man. I feel like I've learned too much about this game today.
This game is pretty brutal. It's like we send birds and then poof, they just die.
This is a really long range hawk shot.
That is a pretty long bird. That's going against the
man.
See, he's dead right there.
Why did it just? Is it a magic bird that just disappeared, Cover, or did it really die?
Maybe it just went out to bird heaven.
Went to the farm. It just went to the farm.
There's a lot
all of our childhood pets, where they all live forever and roam free.
Pretty crowded farm by now.
Serious issues with the farm theory.
My pet rabbit once went to the farm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rough life, my friend. I don't want to get too deep in this.
Yeah,
it'll get sad.
No, I have a reason why he went to the farm. I don't think it's suited for broadcast, so I'll just continue with the game right now.
Of course, Trick starting to move, has the tunnel network set up once he gets level 6. Having that global pressure may give more opportunities for G2 to get aggressive, given that they have both the Shen ult and the TP.
Oh yeah, they have 2 more globals pretty much on Vitality. So Vitality is playing with a lot of globals themselves, 2 teleports. But G2 matched that with 2 teleports, a global on their jungler, and an additional Shen ulti. So in terms of rapid map movement, they can make plays. However, we've seen them be late with just a single teleport on expect. Now he has to juggle 2 of those and manage the communication. And Vitality can always reset the fight with the Zilean ulti too. So if they get caught, they kind of get out of jail free card once.
Well, expect only level 4 as well as Cabochard, so not going to be the best setup. G2 still have all the vision on the bottom side. They know that Cabo's moving down, and they're poised to take this tier 2 tower already. Caitlyn, of course, notorious for clearing these out. This is, once again, a little bit not exactly what we saw in the previous game as the Ocean Drake did drop for G2, but still very similar.
Slightly better execution too, side of G2. Their members are actually tanking the creeps, which means they're quicker, and they can now start hitting the base. And now Vitality is so slow in its lane swap, they need the base, and they're just going to lose an extra tower here. So G2 really much better. That tower may fall pre-teleport.
I don't think this is a good TP.
I mean, he's here.
There's 4 members, though. G2 just going to back off. Defiance used by Mithy. I mean, G2 definitely take advantage there. 800 gold in addition to the Ocean Drake. Infernal next to spawn, so having this tempo advantage is pretty big. Yeah,
they definitely cleared out the lane swap better with their champions, as well as just the execution. They're always tanking the creeps while AoEing them, and making sure that their creeps are getting maximum damage output on these turrets. They have slightly better DPS, more AoE abilities. Braum versus Karma. Karma much better in a lane swap. Rek'Sai too can just get quite a few hits in on these creeps AoE.
Of course, Rek'Sai now spotted out. Another bird sent to die.
Little Jimmy went to burn heaven.
Into the farm, Grandpa.
Who keeps birds at a farm?
Dude, I don't know.
Farmers.
Have you? I live.
Get down, Sipa.
I feel like you trap me every time. Like, you ask me questions like that, and I always answer wrong, no matter what the question is.
Great.
Like, even if I figured it out, even if you told me the joke before, you have like a backup answer.
You have 2 answers, of course.
Oh, blue buff. He's going to reset here.
A tenacious blue buff here does not want to be sent to the farm.
Slow games. Good for securing blue buffs, taking your time on the Rift Herald, and quickly degenerating.
I wonder if we see a fight for this. Hey, degenerate, I feel like adding flavor. Is worth it.
Really, we're really deconstructing the flavor of a game of League of Legends here.
Into its very core elements. Analysis, banter,
dying jokes.
overusing jokes all the time.
Yeah, we're good.
Right now, I'm just looking for a pun to get the nice deconstructed mix, but we'll wait for that one.
No option yet. Cabo finally going to back off here. They are going to have that Rift Herald. May give him a bit of an advantage over expect. We talked about Shen potentially winning the 1v1 matchup here, but I can't imagine that it goes very much in his favor now that the buff is over to Cabo.
Yeah, damage-wise, but eventually I feel like Shen gets so tanky that he almost ignores Cabochard. The changes to Shen W as well, making it so that he can just do... He's so annoying. It's really annoying in a lot of these melee matchups, but we need to see what the rest of the map does while these tanks duke it out. And were there any TPs coming? There's a lot of wards on the map. Left side kind of Vitality because of the Rift Herald. And G2, they're already setting up your Dragon Vision.
Mithy takes a cocoon and a lot of burst damage moving in. That's an aggressive decision coming in for G2. Mightybear still gets snared up. They're looking to bring him back to life though. Patience coming in. The burn finally going to take him down, but trap gets set up. Flash out from Mightybear. Perkz suddenly all alone. Arrow goes in. Chain CC onto G2's mid laner. He has to flash to safety, but no one is going to drop.
Yeah, this time it's a right aggressive move from G2 Esports because they identify the objective, which is Dragon. They want to get the vision, and more importantly, Cabochard's TP was still on cooldown. So Vitality couldn't even contest this area. They weren't taking into account that any fight they would have would be an inevitable 4v5, and they do it, honestly, a good iteration of that fight. Good flashes to dodge some of the spells, counter-engage with the arrow, but it's simply not enough because, honestly, Cabochard was stuck in that top lane. But now, he will have teleport up soon, and he's been farming up a storm, so now he's 20 CS ahead of his counterpart expect.
With the Shen ult used as well as Perkz' TP, Flash, Mithy's Flash, and Ignite, it feels like at the end of the day, Vitality actually come out ahead in Summoner spell advantage, and if they can capitalize on this, it could be very easy for them to find a single pickoff.
Yeah, if they can get some vision in and then contest the next Dragon here, and get their abilities back on cooldown, then we'll actually see a very explosive fight that Vitality may win.
Yeah, good setup. We'll have to see if they take the initiative this time around. Tunnels being cleared out, making sure Trick does not have the freedom to move through. Mightybear waiting in the brush.
Don't move, Mightybear. Oh, kaSing and Police are spoiling here. But it's a bait.
Trap. Oh, set up. Concussive blows. Trick. Ooh, angle just off for kaSing. Almost knocked up there.
That's actually a major misplay from kaSing. The second the Cocoon flies, kaSing should just send out his ultimate and then go for these fancy, you know, dash to a target and Q plays to set up the next part of the stunt. So kaSing dropping the ball. I feel like kaSing in a better times would have read that play better and not allow Twig to escape there, because now cooldown advantage on the side of G2 Esports.
Yeah,
Twig didn't lose anything.
Yeah, no ult for that Braum. Very big. Of course, Police still going to have his Enchanted Crystal Arrow available, but at the end of the day, not really the setup they wanted to make, and G2 now poised to take control of the pit.
Taking control, really good pink ward outside of the pit, dropping these wards over the wall, will be destroyed, and then just, yeah, closing the gap here with these traps, really smart.
One path through for Police. Arrow goes out. Zven going to get as much distance as he can, but the chain CC is coming in. Can they keep him locked down? Flash over the wall to get to safety. TP on the backside. Mightybear, is he set to fall? First blood drops for Vitality. They pick up another one as well. They take control of the exchange. Dragon is going to reset. Expect is running for his life. He did cancel the TP, but he's set to go down. Flash out to safety. They turn onto Perkz. They get the Dragon. Perkz may be the bonus prize on top. mithy throws out enough damage to get a kill of his own, but at the end of the day, it's a 3-for-1 trade as Dragon falls for Vitality.
What a beautifully executed fight here by Vitality. We need to see again how exactly did Zven drop there with no heal. I feel like somebody carried a bomb close to him, or he walked onto one on the floor, because he managed to get out of the fight with his flash, and he still dropped somewhere, so definitely need to track that in the replay. But overall, also lucky from G2, because they dodged a few double bombs immediately, and they still lost the fight afterwards. So really good presence here from Nukeduck in these fights. And honestly, the CC layering and switching targets from Vitality was on point. So finally, they're playing as a team.
Yeah, that's exactly what we wanted to see. Ashe arrow into the cocoon, double bomb, follow up. Zven flashes out, but still doesn't save his life in the end. And take a look at this one more time.
So Zven has flash, and he elects not to use it here. So this is a major mistake, because he gets CC layered. One bomb goes off, then he flashes out. He just has the bomb on it. Is that enough to kill him? So he heals him.
Down.
Well, it must have been like, is Nukeduck playing Deathfire? Maybe. We saw that
I think it may have.
It must have been playing like Deathfire Touch. No, it can't be Deathfire, because it's like Trundle usually.
Super, yeah, and it's also just, we would see the animation there. I think that may have been actually the Dragon Burn potentially coming down.
That's so weird. That was expired. I'm sure somebody has a clear answer and be like, yes, of course. How could we miss this?
Yeah.
But doesn't matter.
But regardless, at the end of the day, Zven drops, no heal used. He too apparently not taking into account the mystery damage source. Interesting. Now set to fall, of course. Vitality taking control, now making aggressive moves onto the bottom side. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Cabo now matched up against Perkz. He does have the Rift Shell buff, but a 2-level discrepancy between these guys. And Trick is on the way in. Knock up, Subjugate goes down. Cabo, does he have the tanky stats to get through? Trick taking tons of damage, but Perkz, can he do enough to bust this out? Uses the ultimate, has the blue buff. Cabo is set to fall. Is he going to be able to style it out? No, he finally drops, but Vitality, they're moving forward onto this inhibitor tower. Perkz is keeping onto the inhibitor in the top lane. That tower dropped earlier this game. The question is, who's going to break through first? 15-minute inhibitor set to fall for G2.
Yeah, just got it confirmed. It was the Deathfire touch. Nukeduck is playing Deathfire Zilean as opposed to some Thunderlords that we've seen come out from some of these Zilean players. So Zven was not ready for that. He saw the bomb go. I was like, yeah, I'm safe. And I'm not.
And we're burning down. Fortunate circumstance, of course. Trick now moving in, though. Nukeduck just going to speed his way out safely. And, of course, top side of the map, talked about it in the previous game. Don't want to take down an inhibitor and set up a freeze this early on. So Perkz is just going to back off.
I mean, I'm sure at this point they want to take it down. It's just one of the risks that you have to kind of take into account. Taking an inhibitor versus nothing is always worth it. Trading inhibitors, that's where you may not want to do it. Perkz here has to flash.
Flash ult, trying to make it to safety. Is going to be able to make it out. Nukeduck not going to pursue any further. Mithy trading blows, but Zilean hurts just a little bit more, and that Deathfire touch, it's not a Thunderlord, it's not going to give you that lane strength, but it does hurt a decent amount at this stage of the game.
Yeah, just late game team fights is just deceptive. Some burn after your damages definitely helps. Nukeduck, honestly, Zilean has a very high impact in some of these mid-game team fights. Double bomb, super strong, really high base damages. The revive is so deceptive. Sometimes very hard for players to time too, because they don't know the exact cooldown for when a champion gets up.
Yeah. I think we've seen a few fumbles there trying to set that up. Difficult to play around for sure. Trick going to back out of his own jungle as Vitality look to take vision control. And this game much more explosive than the previous game overall in terms of engage options, but still haven't seen anyone really push their lead through yet.
Yeah, a couple of picks here and there being made. Next Dragon's Ocean. It's 2 minutes away. There's no Baron yet on the board, so decision making and kind of objective selection is pretty easy here. Good arrow here on Perkz.
Perkz, Gen ult coming in, TP coming in as well on the side from Vitality. Expect doing what he can, pulls kaSing back into the team with that taunt. Flash out, heal comes through to save the day. Nukeduck in the end going to be what stops him from dropping. Vitality overcommit as Zven descends on the mid lane.
Yeah, and G2 can take the avenue here in mid because they defended successfully. They got kaSing down to the revives being used here. They dodge cool. They have vision and they have information right now, so that's an easy siege in the mid lane here. So they're definitely happy with that, and Expect still has a teleport despite having used the ultimate here.
Zven hitting what he can.
Where's the traps?
Taking the safe way around. No traps dropping yet. Just focusing on hitting out that tower. Nukeduck going to clear the wave. They're going to gain some tower damage. Vitality are going to give up some major cooldowns, but no major gold advantage traded, and still about dead even as we start to approach the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, Zven is actually not using his traps that often. He's 3 points into Q, 5 into W, so you max the traps on the new Caitlyn. We saw Rek'Sai actually have a phase like this where he trapped off 3 traps on the left side here, got that corridor down, and then 2 more for additional zone, and he actually managed to do much more damage to a tower in the mid lane due to the zone of those traps.
Yeah, potentially questionable coming in from Zven. Still get the damage down in the end. Of course, is maxing traps as is standard, but not utilizing them to the fullest in that exchange. Interesting overall. Not a big fumble, right? Just missing out on it.
That's like nitpicking.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't have the overview, want to save them for a different fight. Maybe they were on cooldown. But it's something you definitely need to watch for Caitlyn players, especially 1v1s. The whole reason she holds very well in mid lane is because of the traps, because she needs to kind of challenge a wave before it comes into the tower, because her wave clear isn't instantaneous. She needs a couple of hits on the wave to clear it, and traps buy you that time.
Of course, really have to be ready at any moment for police to throw out this engage on the side of Vitality. Feel like this pick is giving them the opportunity to get in, as they failed to in the previous game, but Perkz just continues to be this split pushing threat, and there's no tower to stop these minion waves on the top side, really putting so much pressure on Vitality to respond.
Yeah, and both TPs are down for Vitality, so they want to force a fight around an objective. Honestly, G2 could just run top here with double TP and challenge it in it, but it looks like they're going to commit for this. Do they know that Vitality doesn't have any single teleport available?
Maybe not. Perkz, I think, is taking the red
Yeah,
buff.
doing red buff. I mean, come on, like.
What? Why? Maybe they don't feel confident in their ability to team fight this out, but not offering any contestation in the end. Vitality picking up their second dragon.
I mean, definitely I can understand why they don't want to team fight, but they could have just ran top with Expect and Perkz hammering on that inhibitor and maybe just taking it down early. Maybe they're just afraid of a base timing happening in time for Vitality. All definitely possible theories here, but in the end, it's Dragon traded for a red buff. Ooh, cheeky little 2-man Baron here.
Red buff can help them burn through this with a blue trinket. Just going to spot them out in the end.
You always feel so naked when you're doing like a sneaky Baron and somebody drops like a blue trinket on you.
Yeah, you've just been exposed. All your secrets are gone.
Yeah.
You're like, ah, yes, you see that I am going to die to this, or almost die to this Baron in my attempt.
Vulnerable.
G2 actually looking pretty vulnerable too.
It's a bit like when people walk in the cast room after a show. You know, you're tired, it's been a long day, you're finally taking off those classic clothes, not really watching your posture, and then suddenly the door swings open. Somebody peeks in his head and disappears, and like, okay.
How many strain? Oh, Drake actually going to go in. We're going to have to hold that thought. Mightybear getting burned down. Perkz in the back line. Shen here to back him up. They may turn to Perkz, but Shen's going to be there in just a second. Where is he? Where did...
Oh, he got cancelled somewhere. Pillar canceled.
Pillar cancel! My God, that turns the fight so quickly in Vitality's favor.
And it's so hard for Perkz to get that communicated in the like split-second decision here from Expect, because it's so hard to get that through, and Perkz was hovering on the side. Do I go in? Do I go out? Double bomb, stun him, and then a really good pillar from Cabochard, so that's a big fumble here.
Oh, and Cabo, basically unkillable for both these members. He's simply too strong. Expect doing what he can to pick up farm, but just has to flash to safety. G2 are falling apart at the seams. Vitality pick up a great fight, and G2 simply fail to execute.
Yeah, that was a play initiated by G2 Esports, so Expect could have technically backed off a little farther away and TP'd in, but nobody was really committing with Perkz. Definitely want to see that fight again and see what exactly happened. How much room was there for Vitality to get more?
Really have to wonder. Vitality starting to get a decent gold lead. 22 minutes now into the game. 5 towers to 4 as they manage to break through the mid there. But overall, G2, I mean, they're not anywhere near out of this game, but Vitality taking control, making more proactive decisions, and this is exactly what we wanted from them. But G2, the pressure they put down is unrelenting here in the mid lane.
Yeah, G2's learning from some of their mistakes build-wise. Mithy's immediately going for the Mikhail's Crucible. Does not want his members to be kind of picked off immediately. We'll likely see some QSS coming out later from Zven 2. And then this double bomb kind of focus single target down strategy will fail from Vitality. So we have Spectre in the bot lane, so he's stuck. He can't join at all. We know he's going to get cancelled. Kind of watching the... yeah, that's too easy. Too easy. Now Perkz gets surprised in the mid lane, and then nobody else is joining here.
I mean, one taunt could have changed the entirety of that fight, but Perkz, no Shen all this time, once again set to drop here. 1-3-1 now the scoreline for the G2 mid laner, and Vitality, they're just going to move right to the Baron.
This time, no shenanigans. That was
Got it.
That was
no, the mandatory pun.
Mandatory pun we were looking for. This game is officially deconstructed.
Are we real hipsters now, Grandpa?
Oh, we definitely did it before it was cool. It's way too warm in the studio right now. Drake looking for the steal, gets stunned. They need to get him out there.
Can he get over the wall? Shenalt is coming in. He's suddenly in the pit. Will he be able to be saved out? No. Expect overcommitting as well. Zven actually doing a decent amount of damage. He's going to grab 1 kill. Can this trio be the heroes the team needs? Mightybear goes back to the Baron, but Zven is moving forward. Are they going to be able to grab it? Yes, they grab the Baron, but Expect looking to pick up a kill. Pop goes the Soul Flare, and down goes the Elise, but Expect is set to fall, and Sean's grin on his face as his team takes control of the game. Arrow goes wide. Mithy running for his life. Sidesteps come out, but Nukeduck, he may have overstayed his welcome.
Nukeduck chasing support when you have a Baron buff is such a waste of your time.
But a great double bomb is going to save him.
Oh, Mithy with the place, flashing knight!
No. Oh, Mithy. Consolation prize at best, but happy to burn through 2 of those Baron buffs in the end.
Oh, definitely adios, amigo. He says, you try and kill me? Come at the king?
You want some of this?
Come at the king? You best not miss. In Spanish, probably. I wonder if they dubbed the wire in Spanish.
That would be interesting. I wonder if people would get mad at the gratuitous amount of racism present in the wire. Show is not okay. Show is great. Wonderful piece of TV, but definitely not a model for how you should base it.
Yeah, and half the quotes are not even usable on broadcast.
Hey man, you got the one that matters. Come with the king, you best not miss.
Alright. So let's see how this all starts. Some experience to Mightybear. Siege here. Flash Coon, I imagine? No, just straight up arrow. Okay.
Good shot from Elise.
That was it. And oh, Zven going down here.
Every time we come back from a replay, someone is dead. Vitality keep finding these picks left and right, and now they're going to break the first inhibitor of the game.
That means we need more replays. That way we get more kills, because that's apparently how correlation and causation work.
That's all I ever needed. With the inhibitor now dropping, Baron buff empowering Vitality as well. They are absolutely in control of this game, and this is, once again, proactive. G2 continuing to struggle, really not respecting the vision control or the engage potential coming in from the side of Vitality.
Yeah, I guess the Unicorns of Love, they fell behind a lot early, but then they shored up these weaknesses with really crisp team fighting. But right now, they're all over the place, stepping into parts of the jungle that no longer belong to them. Zven was heading for his red buff and just got picked off immediately by a very offensive Vitality squad here. It's going to be Ocean, Wind, and Fire. No Earth.
One day I'll get to make the Earth, Wind, and Fire comment. Not today, though. Ooh, Sven!
It's
good, Mikhails. As you mentioned, proactive building coming in from Mithy. Got some extra gold after that flashy kill onto Nukeduck in the last fight, putting it to good use.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. 3 of the kills of G2 Esports are centered on Mithy, so he's even with his counterpart, but that means there's actually a larger deficit than some of the other members here.
Vitality now setting up to take down this tier 2. Sven doing what he can. As you mentioned, extended wave here. Can't just one-shot this. kaSing blocking it out, and they're going to break through that one quickly. But Trick looking for the flank. Shen ult comes in, trying to get the disengage.
Yeah, G2 know if they get siege on, they're going to lose this game. So, and they can't go for a flank because they're not in position. They're just looking for a hard engage to the middle with Shen plus Rek'Sai going in, but it wasn't enough. And right now, Vitality have taken care of at least one of these globals. They still have a teleport behind them. We're expecting to go for a taunt flash combo. They need to respect their pinging in the lane too. Let's see if anybody's going to pull that trigger, but Expect right now is on wave clear duty. The traps here though, they definitely need to split push Vitality because there's too many traps to deal with. Very hard to siege that one.
Cabo continuing to push in on the top side as well. I mean, Vitality, with that inhibitor broken, it feels like it should be so easy for them to push out here, but they're still giving G2 a lot of respect in these exchanges.
Yeah, with the numbers disadvantage, it's still fine for G2 to hold due to the traps. That's what we talked about. That's just why Caitlyn's such a good AD carry to put in the mid lane. We just need to see more arrows from Police, honestly, on people defending side lanes. Maybe on Caitlyn as she's putting in traps and then flash over, dive into the tower commit. But now there's QSS available too on Zven, so that kind of goes out of the question.
Yeah. With QSS and Mikhails, I just don't know if they're ever going to get an opportunity to get the same pick off. But unfortunately, I mean, Ryze not really in a position to purchase one either, and an equally crucial member of the team.
They can still keep pushing up these waves, get map control, deny enemy vision, and wait for the next Baron. Use that to either lure them out or get far ahead enough in terms of gold, and then start winning the map here. But vision denial is important right now. Yeah, these pink wards are going down here, so the map is progressively becoming darker for G2. Pink ward here too, to get any of these wards that get placed over the wall. Kind of suboptimal placement, could be farther down, that's nitpicking. But like these little wards usually survive forever. And that's your first step in. Like this ward would have disappeared if the pink was played better.
Yeah.
Ooh, very, yeah.
Solid.
Solid pink place.
Can't see it.
Oh, just
right on the corner.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Bad pinks.
Yeah.
Lucius.
I mean, once again, they're very scared of the flanks, as we talked about. And this time, I mean, maybe they're using the pinks poorly, but if it gives them the confidence.
Hey, at least they're bringing pinks. True. I'm happy.
Gives them the confidence to push in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what matters. I know, you're a stickler. You want good pinks, you want good plays.
That's all I have left in the world, man. Some good, solid support plays. Give me those pinks. Drake here looking for a flank. He's not spotted by any wards. Look for expect to go in with Town Flash somewhere too.
More setup this time. Flash in. Good cocoon from Mightybear. My God, no opportunity to turn that around.
Double bomb.
Maybe looking to get a little bit deeper. Expect pulls back into his team, however. And G2 are just going to disengage here. They're simply not strong enough to force this fight.
Super solid flash there at the start too from Police. He saw the threat. He read Twig's flash knockup and he flashed himself proactively to get out of that bind here. But now there's too many traps still, so G2 is holding on.
So Zven clearing out what he can. Cocoon goes down onto Zven, not using any CC quite yet. Finally using his double bombs come in. Perkz is dishing out a ton of damage. Police set to fall. Zilean buff slowly wearing off. G2 not going for anything else. Just settling to defend the base.
Yeah, Vitality is suffering here, opening up this base, and soon this bot lane inhibitor will spawn again. The circle is almost complete in bright around that inhibitor, obviously indicating that it will spawn soon. TM.
Of course, only 3K difference between these guys too, so unless like a Baron goes down in the favor of either team, there's not actually that much of an advantage without the pushing of the Baron.
Look at that circle. That's what I like to see, observers.
Spinning around.
That's how you see when an inhibitor comes up. Talked about it yesterday a little bit. So many players don't actually realize it. They're like, when is an inhibitor? Well, right now.
Beautiful Summoner's Rift update. It's been out for a while. We're still learning things. It's so interesting. You focus on such practical things, and I'm like, where does the frog go when it jumps off the map?
Or the fact that Grump is actually not the beast.
Yeah.
Grump is actually like a parasite that jumps on it and takes control of like a neural parasite.
Oh, really?
Just enslaves that big
That's
frog.
That's super dark.
Yeah, just watch it spawn. It's actually not the big frog. The frog is just motionless. It can't control its own like emotions. Okay. League of Legends is a dark place, man.
So it's just snuck in there. We got a happy, sunny map. Everywhere. Snuck in. Vitality, though, they're set to control the Baron area. G2, I mean, they may have placed some vision down earlier after they were able to push Vitality off, but Vitality, they're bringing pink wards.
Yeah.
Clearing out here.
Still a Skeller Crab there, so they counter the Baron unless they all voluntarily flash over the wall. Would be a bold play. I'd like it. Because that's honestly, you can use those Skeller Crabs in your favor. Some champions with gap closers or, you know, again, Magical Journey over the wall. You can get
really? You know all about Magical Journey?
Wow, yeah. Trick guy now getting punished for walking up. Mithy snuck a Warden. Zven's going in and destroyed a pink ward. That's good here. Just eating away at the ward resources. Now expect, talk a bit about the matchup. Cabochard will just ignore him and then try to lifesteal up, but he's not running Ravenous, so it's slightly harder for him to get that. And now this is what we talked about, Shen in the melee matchup, especially with the help of Perkz showing up.
Taunt goes down. Can they get any more CC? Perkz is going to clear the way. Cabo setting to turn, but the rest of the team descends on the Baron immediately. He's ready to cancel out those TPs. Can Perkz make it in?
Oh, I definitely can. Super slow Baron, unless Cabo flash pillars here.
Good taunt comes in from the Shen to make sure that the TP can't complete. Perkz makes it to join the team. Inhibitor still threatened.
Oh, now the avenue is open in the mid lane for rotation. The Vitality 4-man squad has an incredibly slow Baron. They need Cabochard there to finish it off. Right now they're on the defensive because their offensive move kind of failed.
Vitality still taking way too much time to back off. Zven and Trick are already into the mid lane. Nukeduck's going to have to use the TP here to defend. Arrow goes wide.
Goes to the farm.
Goodbye, Arrow.
Goodbye, Arrow. That's like Arrow Season 4. You can go to the farm.
Oh, one can hope, man. I mean, how much further down is it going to go before we can send it to the farm?
Well, if it go, I feel like if that one goes any further down, it goes up again. It hits it rock bottom. Felicity can go to the farm.
Oh, wow. Vitality, they're going to move on to this Ocean Drake, looking to take their 4th dragon in the game. Of course, very potent if they ever do manage to take the Elder Dragon, and very lethal. But G2, they're not worried about it. They're looking to trade this one for Baron. Here. Coming in on the backside, G2 pulling off, expect locked up. Suddenly G2 are in a very bad spot. Sven's already low. kaSing hitting multiple members here. Perkz and mithy doing their best to fight it off, but the team fight is so split. They're continuing to push forward. mithy locked up. CC coming out left and right from the side of Vitality. Sven throwing some poke down over the wall, but both teams just back off.
Yeah, not a fan of what Mightybear was doing there in that fight. He walked towards Zven, who was stuck over the wall. Nobody could, like Zven couldn't hit anybody, so Mightybear walked up and took free poke, and right now he's on 35% as the jungler. Crucial member in this play here.
To maybe get caught out. Zven is nice and healthy now. mithy's still very low, but they're moving in for more. Expect on the backside. Perkz uncontested onto Police. Is Police going to drop? Yes, Expect grabbing that one. Flash over the wall. Trick getting aggressive onto Nukeduck. No hope left. G2, they're taking control of this fight. Cabo next to fall as Nukeduck drops. Beautiful team fighting coming in from G2 as they look for the Baron.
Oh, sensational team fight here from Zven, especially his positioning, use of traps, and then awareness of abilities coming at him was just extraordinary. Really solid flash into Cabochard, but it was the smartest move he could do. And at that point, the fight was broken. Police was cornered. He dropped, but Zven stayed alive, almost uncontested in this fight. What a marvelous display of team fighting from G2 Esports.
Absolutely. They spent so long looking for those flanks, and when it mattered most, they were able to find it. And we'll watch it one more time.
Yeah, just keep your eyes on Zven right here. So Perkz is zoning from the top side. He's not even in this fight. We have Expect coming in with pressure here. All these traps, that's Zven doing that. And right here, he sees double bomb coming, flash into the right side away, focusing Mightybear down, switching to Cabo. His Q hits Nukeduck out of all people. Then the target shift with an ultimate to Nukeduck. And Zven finishes up Mightybear, who walks into a trap. He's just everywhere in this fight and didn't take damage a single time. That's the mark of like an all-star AD carry.
Absolutely, and mithy as well. Just consistently hit 10% health in that second team fight that we saw there, and just able to survive out in the end. Keep Nukeduck locked up for so long, and now, once again, momentum is shifted in the favor of G2. They have the gold lead. Infernal Dragons may balance this out, but definitely just trying to set the pace now.
Yeah, but they have the map control until the Infernal. Infernal won't do much for G2, but the fact that they can deny the Vitality as they're like seemingly getting somewhat outscaled. This Caitlyn is doing way more in these late game fights. Ryze is doing so much damage. Vitality can still win with a good pickoff. But Expect is no longer dropping in this 1v1 matchup either. If he gets a Thornmail later on, he'll just kind of beat Cabochard for sure.
Yeah. Of course, looking at that last team fight, you can see exactly how much damage Caitlyn did. It looks like Jhin, but I promise you, it's definitely Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Both have guns.
I've said that many times. No. It's not Jhin. It's water.
That went in a completely different direction. I was like,
how
are you possibly going to swing this one back to anything? Rek'Sai, of course, using that global to group back with the team, and this is where the 1-3-1 really starts to be scary. G2 well equipped to keep sieging out these towers.
All right, now it's patience here. Just build up the traps, wait for the Ryze and the Shen to push in on the side lanes. I always hate it when they go for red buffs because I feel it starts to push down, but Expect is picking one up right now for more dueling prowess.
It's been a trend for G2 this game, by the way, just taking red buff during crucial moments. Perkz had his earlier.
Also, they're looking for a play. He's basing, but they don't want to commit to the 1-3-1. He's buying a GA too, so he just really wants to commit to this kind of backline play. Dive and buy time. Look at the siege here. Unrelenting pressure from Zven.
Zven just hopping his way on out of that one.
He loves doing this, by the way, playing at the front line and then just relying on dodging skill shots, because he's not scared at all of double bump. He knows he has QSS and Mikhails, and he uses that in the decision making. Right now, Perkz is getting chased in the mid lane. Shen ulti went down. We're not seeing it, but it's happening.
Spec there to back up the mid laner. G2, they take down the tower, and now they're looking to break through this inhibitor line. Vitality doing what they can to defend. 40 seconds left on this Baron. 40 seconds left for G2 to utilize this to break through. Traps are down.
It's so hard to clear into Baron creeps with 4 traps in front of you, especially when Perkz is knocking on the middle lane tower. He was half HP, now he's full again. Ultimate on cooldown. Nukeduck half HP himself here.
So
Vitality
terrifying.
crumbling.
Mid lane tower set to drop. Inhibitor next on the list. Cabo and Mightybear hesitating to do anything, and Expect is absolutely terrifying for them to deal with. Police, he already threw the arrow. It went wide once. He'll have another one in just a few seconds, but will it be enough? Another tower going to drop. Minions happy to finish that one off. Inhibitor dropping for G2 in the mid lane. Objectives left and right as Vitality are scrambling to do anything in this exchange.
Yeah, Trick just based for another Negatron cloak here. He has his own Thornmail finish, so very slow. We saw Trick path backwards earlier too, pinging on the map. They were scared of a Cabochard teleport. Once he revealed himself, they will kind of start pushing here. So very methodical approach from G2. They do not want to be surprised by a teleport.
Absolutely. He's taking this one slow and steady, but still getting, I mean, even fast and confident, I could say. Not worried about the intentional engage. Good dodge on the arrow. That could be everything on the side of Vitality. Expect
Doesn't
take
care.
some attention. TB coming in from the Trundle.
2 inhibs down, 1 to go. Pass it around, you take it down. You take it 2-0.
That was really good.
1 more inhibitor on the wall.
One more inhibitor. Inhibitor on the base. I don't want to sing anymore,
Yeah,
or I would.
take
I have
down
more.
and make them cry. Zven,
Oh!
this.
Makes his way out of that one. Too many defensive options available. The 80 carry continues to dish out damage. Mightybear has the GA, but I don't think a Guardian Angel is going to be enough as G2 are ripping through this team. Expect falls. GA will pick him right back up. Zilean ultimate use. Perkz backing off while the exhaust expires. Trundle will come right back up, but there's simply too much CC, or is there? As Expect misses, he's set to drop. Good turn from Vitality, but G2 take down all 3 inhibitors.
Yeah, the corpse was just slightly positioned wrong for Expect. He just,
I mean, you said people really mistimed
Yep,
the GA or the Zilean revive.
and he just dives straight up to his own death. Jumping, equivalent of jumping into a pool that just doesn't quite have water yet.
Yeah, just a leap of faith.
A leap of faith here. Elder, ooh, this is actually big. Oh, no replay. That's not.
And we'll get the picture-in-picture on your screen as we watch this one.
Oh, there we
Set
go.
to go down. Elder Dragon in the live time to watch exactly how this team fight unfolded.
Yeah, Mightybear is stuck here pathing between. He's like one of those mouths in these experiments, you know, stuck next to the wall. See if he can get to the end for this piece of cheese, because he had to path around these traps. Unrelenting pressure again. Everybody backing out, and then 1, 2, I think it's 4 seconds in total. And then whoosh! Slight miscalculation. Police finishes him off. And that's actually a big mistake.
And once again, all it takes is a single big mistake this late in the game. For those of you who missed it, in the bottom corner, we saw Elder Dragon drop in the favor of Vitality. And with 4 Dragon stacks in addition to that, you can see 45 plus 45 per stack of Elemental Drake buff. So a massive boost in damage.
Massive, with no running the math here.
I was like, I can do it in 2 seconds, but definitely not as I'm speaking.
I'm pretty sure it's 225, right?
Yeah, it's 225.
I've recently
I'm just going to use adjectives. I really never want to do math.
I've recently become great at basic math, so can definitely get these numbers across. Definitely been working on that one.
Did you bring your calculator today?
No, I don't need my calculator. I have my buddies in Twitch chat for that one. Anyways, Vitality right now. True damage, but can they hold? Can they get rid of these super creeps here? And for long, because Elder only lasts for like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Very limited opportunity, but for the next 2 minutes, they are gods. If they ever get a fight.
Yeah, but they're fighting minions, while G2 will be fighting Baron, which is spawning in 10 seconds right now, so inopportune is just, I think, a delayed execution.
Unfortunate set of circumstances for Vitality. We saw so much more proactive play this time around. But
Yeah, I'm waiting for the banner commands, man. I hope they watch Fnatic play it out. 18-minute game.
it's the Rot Portal.
Banner, yeah, I was actually asking Febin why he didn't sell his item, buy a banner, buff a creep, and sell it again. And he looked at me as if I was crazy. He's like, get out of here. It's like,
You know what I bet? Yeah, I bet he didn't know you could do that, because I didn't know you could do that.
I mean,
That's a pretty fringe situation.
I mean, if you must think about it. Once you buy a Zeroth, you must think, what other item can I buy to buff creeps? It's just a banner. Buff the creeps, sell it again. It's such a massive waste of gold. But if you're sitting on 10,000 gold anyways, why not do it?
I mean, it's good. You might as well get this point in now. Hopefully, you will never have to say it ever again.
Hey man, I like that game.
80-minute games are hype.
No,
Don't get me wrong.
they're the opposite of hype.
Well, hold on. Every team fight, if too many people die, the game ends. That kind of tension.
Oh, look at that Hipster. Yeah, tossing and turning.
See that? Look
It's
at all those
spawning.
pistols. They're not even the right shape and size.
Yet.
Arrow goes in right down the middle onto Zven, but a quick QSS as well as the Mikhail's used up.
Oh, Perkz is tearing away at Mightybear.
Absolutely, the fight that Vitality want. Cabochard burning down. Their own Mikhail's comes out to save it. mithy's looking to back off. Expect on the front line. Trick moving in. Vitality, this is their last stand. Can they hold out? Perkz clearing out the waves. They need the minions to collapse on the base. Vitality, what can they do here? Zven's still alive and healthy. They're going to need at least one more stun to lock him out.
Once he gets the third inhibitor, there's 2 super creeps spawning in every lane right now, so it's just too much for Vitality to handle, especially with these traps.
Oh, double bomb. Zven, they don't have anything left. Vitality, can they turn this around? Police running forward. They're slowed up. Frost shot more than enough to keep them down. Expect he's set to fall. Vitality are taking back this game.
How did Sven get dropped there? He was so confident, putting the traps forward, you know, forcing people to walk up to it, and suddenly Vitality turned it around. Sing used his flash. Maybe he was the one catching out Zven right there.
And that's the thing, is they used the QSS and the Mikhails simultaneously. It looked like the last time that he got caught and
Yeah, they
mismanaging of cooldowns. I mean, cost them so much. Vitality now taking the aggressive move here. Their base is set to drop. TP is available for Perkz. Can he make a hero play?
Oh, they're going for the Hail Mary play, but they're not respecting double teleport. This is overzealous. You need to beware of the expectful play.
mithy is he the hero they need? How much time can he buy? Backs complete in the end, but Perkz and Trick are on the second tower. They're running for their lives. They're buying time to respawn. Great sidestep from Perkz. It's a trade of blows here, but 3 members of Vitality are continuing to push in. Probably going to be able to get an inhibitor back here in the end. Perkz is flirting with disaster here as he runs in, looking to take one of his own. Double bomb's going to miss. Confidence in his ability to dodge out. Caitlyn is up and now running down the mid lane. Cabo and kaSing trying to back out.
Oh, look at Rek'Sai. He's going to meet with police in the mid lane because he's just kind of walking around. Now he's
TP coming in. TP coming in from Expect. He's going to deny the backs. G2, it's going to be long, but I think they can end the game. Now he's ulting in. The double global's paying off. Suddenly 3 members of G2 are in the base and they're set to end the game. All they need to do is hit the Nexus. They're taking their time. Perkz running laps, trying to dodge out the bombs. Cabo on the way in, trying to create the space necessary. Expect goes down.
Close.
1 life. He just needs 2. Are they going to be able to end it? It's going to take 1 more auto. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Vitality survived. 45 minutes, set to fall, and they managed to live.
2 teleports are down. Shen ultimate is down. Trick will have his ultimate available. There are some tunnels around, but it is over 45 seconds before he spawns. Nukeduck still has teleport, so he's looking for some emergency clear. And holy cow, for a better word, this game just went bonkers.
Holy cow, bonkers is right.
I'm looking for swear words I can use on air.
It's PG, but it's... I don't even know what to say. Zven, he could be caught out. Double bombs goes down. Does he have the QS available? He does. He needs to use it now if he wants to make it. He's going to make it out. Zven drops. Vitality take control. Vitality could look to end the game. mithy
on a mission.
Are you kidding me? The support.
One man, one karma.
One desire.
Realizes he's useless, so he bases. Buffs the creep. That guy creep's going to end the game.
That's a big hammer.
That's big hammer, yeah.
Oh. Take a breath.
Look how scared Vitality is. They're so scared of all these backdoors.
I mean, look at all the backdoors.
And you don't practice this.
Why aren't they taking out the tunnel?
It's a message.
It's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
A declaration.
I dare you to ultimate here.
To be fair, since they are all in the base, it would be good if Rek'Sai did leap in and they could actually burn him down.
All right, Nexus went down to 224 HP at the lowest.
This is...
Can somebody please take that tunnel down? Yeah? Nobody wants.
Is really no one going to just click the tunnel?
Maybe it's a spectator bug?
Maybe it... No, it's there.
No, it's definitely there. Guys?
Rek'Sai definitely has ult.
All right, this is where we started, chat. Let's go. Trick.
Okay, wait. kaSing saw it. kaSing saw it. All right.
This means Vitality must be tilted when your sports like, guys, there's a tunnel in our base. Can we please think about this? They have no clue how many teleports are up or down right now. That's why they're playing so passive, because they could have gotten more out of those plays, but it was so chaotic that they don't want to get backdoored with an open Nexus, 0 Nexus towers. So I still think this is going to be a clean victory because G2 just reset and they're going to do the exact same thing again, but holy moly, was it close. Nukeduck's flash is also down. Zven has learned his lesson. They probably have now a timing arrangement. QSS first, Mikael second.
Moving in. G2 still descending, they still have the gold. Actually, they're at a disadvantage, but they have so much pressure in their favor.
They have to kind of commit before they get to the Nexus. And here we go, Arrow.
Flirting on the side, Arrow not going to connect. Moving in, Perkz suddenly such a massive shield. Trick, he doesn't care about the fight. He's moving in, doubles Easy Rot in the back, trying to stall out the pressure. Mithy throwing down autos as well. Will the stun land? Here. All it takes is a single mistake. Double kill for Police though. Members are dropping left and right. Trick, he's too tanky. No one has any CC left. Are you kidding me? No, one auto. One auto. Oh, quadra kill. Oh my God, Vitality.
Look at Sven's face! That's the man! He's tilting right now! Vitality, hold!
You can hear the crowd. Thank God they have words because I am absolutely speechless. 35 health left on the Nexus.
Oh my lord. I want a frame-by-frame analysis of every single member of G2 that wasn't on the same page.
How perfect did they have to stack the CC? Vitality, I mean, the timers are coming back. Can they just end?
I mean, 8 seconds on Perkz here. Let's find out. I think Perkz is gonna spawn. Let's see, 7 on Mithy. First tower, it takes a while to tear through these towers here, but now the group is here. It's gonna lower the resistances right now. They're probably just gonna ignore Perkz here.
4 seconds. This is the final team fight. There can be no doubt.
Oh, it's over!
They don't have the CC! Vitality tucked it up! My God! What a game! Coming in from Vitality. Hugs come out. Well deserved.
Shots walks in. It's like, hey! I knew you guys would have this game.
Yeah, called it.
Called it. That was a little close.
See. Yes, thank you, Kreko.
Accurate analysis of the situation.
Accurate. Official said, never make statements that anyone could prove you wrong. I don't think anyone could say that that wasn't definitively close.
Nexuses were hit.
Next high. Both of them. Yeah, as it turns out, not something we frequently see. I mean, that was a game of League of Legends. And it was an insane game.
That must hurt for G2, man. They fall behind early, they claw back in, they suddenly get the Baron, they play the beautiful methodical push, and then Zven dies. Reset, okay. They lose Elder. Zven gets dropped again in the jungle, but they reset, they have the 3-man push, and then somehow they don't want to fight. G2 kind of wanted to skip the fight to go for the backdoor. Once fails. They try it again, but they commit again after half a fight. They could have, if they straight flashed in for Nexus, they probably had it.
It's 35 HP difference. If Sven had just aggressively flashed forward or healed or did anything to get a single auto attack, they would have won the game. If anyone else ever hit that Nexus, G2 would have won the game. This is not even a game of inches.
If that arrow that went to the farm hit the Nexus,
yeah, it would have gone down.
It's gone down.
Ooh.
And it's a big hit for the standings here. G2 only take 2 points out of this weekend.
Not at all where they wanted to be.